In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a jellyfish that looks something like this. First, get a cube, move it up, scale it up, go onto face select and remove the bottom face. Then go to mesh, smooth proxy, subdivide proxy, untick this box, set the levels to 2, click apply and then close. Now go to the multi-cut tool, hold Ctrl and click about here. Go to edge select and select this loop, and then just scale it up a bit. Then go to object select and press 3. Click the mesh with the least subdivisions and press H to hide it. Select the mesh and go to vertex select and select every other vertex on the 2 bottom loops. Use the green square to scale them on the X and Y axis. Hit 3 again to smooth the mesh. Go over to the attribute editor and select allow topology mod under mesh controls. Go back to the modeling toolkit, select object mode and then extrude. Play around with the thickness until you get something like this. Now we have some shading errors, so we need to reverse the normals. Go to face select and select all of the black faces. Then go to mesh display and select reverse. Go into wireframe view, duplicate the mesh and scale it down. Then go back to solid mode. For the tentacles, go to create, curve tools and bezier curve. Click and hold for each vertex and add a slight curve. Now rotate the curve so it's standing up. Like this. Go over to top view by pressing space, press space again on the top view, and then duplicate and line up each curve with each point of the star of the jellyfish. Go back into vertex mode and manipulate the handles a bit more. Remember, they want a slight curve to them. Select 4 of the tentacles, duplicate them and move them away, and then repeat the same process for the inside of the jellyfish. Select the outer tentacles and press Ctrl G to add them to a group. Do the same for the inner tentacles. Select the outer tentacles and press H to hide. Straighten up and scale inner tentacles on the Z axis. Make them much longer than the others. Hide those and unhide the others. Go to bonus tools, modeling, curve to tube mesh. Go over to the channel box editor and play with the width and taper, but make sure to keep these ones quite thin. Go to modeling toolkit, go back to face select, select all the faces, and again reverse the normals. Hide those again, and do the same for the inner tentacles. This time you want to make these a little bit thicker. Now to make them look a bit more tentacle-like. Select all the larger tentacles, go to the rigging menu set at the top, then go to deform and texture. Select them again, go to attribute editor and find texture deformer. Now click the little checker icon and select the noise texture. Press this little button to go into the texture settings. Point space to local and then bring the strength up a little bit. Press the black icon to go into the texture. Play around with the amplitude, frequency and frequency ratio until you get something that you like. There we go, that's the modeling part done. Just turn on your outer tentacles again, and now we can add some lighting and start rendering. For this, go to create, lights and area light. Make it bigger, move it over and rotate it to face the jellyfish. You want to make sure it's a little bit in front, pointing towards it. Duplicate it and do the same again on the other side. Max out the intensity, go into the Arnold menu and do the same for the exposure. Do this again for the other light. Now go into your render settings, make sure you choose Arnold Renderer. Choose your image format and make sure your renderable camera is the perspective camera. And then choose whichever render preset you want. I'm going to go for a low resolution just for the sake of this video. Now close that down and click render. Once that's done, give it a name, save the image wherever you like. Make sure to tick color managed image. And then finally, click save.